For 15 years, Melbourne's Nick Kokovitis has been putting in long hours to manage his own business. For half that time, he's also been raising two young daughters.
I focus my whole energy on helping to raise our kids and running a successful business without giving any time to myself. Initially, you've got the energy and you can do it, but as time wore on, I just started to apply Band-Aids just to keep myself going.
A banana in your lunch today?
I'm quite happy with mine.
My physical health started to deteriorate. I always felt tired. With that fatigue would come, irritation, anxiety, the inability to cope with the day-to-day, and I would be upset with myself because I wasn't being the best I could be. And I didn't want my girls remembering their dad growing up as someone who was irritated, tired, anxious. I prefer them to be someone who walks through the door with a big smile on their face, big hugs, and just a happy dad.
Weighed down by exhaustion, with no relief in sight, Nick stumbled onto an online post that would change everything.
There was an advertisement on Instagram for a support program for busy dads, and the two words that stuck out were busy dads. So I thought, geez, I think I'm one of those.
That support program was Hero, an online service created by fellow dads and health coaches Paul Glezer and Daniel Norwich.
So my experience with building Hero together with Paul really stemmed from an experience I had with losing my firstborn son. His name was Bodhi, and in 2016 he was born, but very shortly after that he was transferred to the Royal Children's Hospital, where my wife Romy and I spent 7 weeks together with him until he passed. And during that period, I leaned on all my experiences and habits when it came to taking care of myself, having been in the health and fitness space for about 13 years. And I started to see that this is something that I could bring to other people's lives, because I could see how taking care of myself really enabled me to be a great parent for the life that Bodhi lived for that 7-week period.
A major challenge that a lot of our dads have had is this sudden pang of guilt associated with putting themselves first at periods of times in their lives. But they soon realise that having that space and time for them to be able to nourish themselves in a personal sense gives them the resources to be able to give to those around them so much more freely.
At the core of Hero's 12-week program, dads learn simple lifestyle changes to improve their nutrition, fitness and mental wellness.
Our foundational premise is balance. It's about creating a program that is time efficient and being able to hit exercises that are going to get the greatest return on investment. So if you can create a body weight exercise where you don't have to go to the gym, complete a really complete movement protocol and be done in 25 minutes, that's a truly balanced workout, not just in the physical sense, but it's giving you time to create balance in your life with your family.
One of many men to have found balance through Hero is first-time dad Jared Kaplan, who signed up to the program when his daughter was 8 months old.
The thing that I learned was to really celebrate and acknowledge my small wins, and that could be as simple for me as just making a small but really positive choice to eat something healthy in a moment that I was craving some junk food. Or it could have meant that, I got up 20 minutes earlier and I did 15 minutes of cardio, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you do that every day for 7 weeks, you start to see results. I became more alert, I became more energised, and so on a really practical level, I was just able to show up to my family, to my wife, to my daughter with more energy and more enthusiasm. But it also meant that I was more present, and I think for me being a father is all about the quality of presence that I can spend with my family and my daughter.
There you go.
You're upside down.
You're upside down, I think.
I went out for a run with a friend of mine just over the weekend. I would have never done it in the past. I would have said, no, let's hang around and spend time with the girls. But I wouldn't have been in a fantastic space to begin with. Whereas I go and spend 45 minutes out of the house doing something for me, I come back in a much better place. And even though the time with my family is 45 minutes less, the time is of much higher quality. I would have never thought that doing more for me would actually be more for my family.